let's just quickly review what we can practice. So, we've got walking in a straight line. Forward or backwards. We can go across, 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 and back, and back, and back. We can add a cross and tap, cross and tap, cross and tap, cross and tap. And we can change the speeds. Quick, 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 slow, slow. We can add height, boom, height, boom, or up, down, up, down. We can add, what else do we have? Rocks. So we can add rocks, and I can turn to my right, or I can turn to the left, but I think it's actually slightly smoother and easier to turn in the direction of whichever foot is front. So if my right foot's forward, I'll turn to the right, or if my left foot's forward, I'll turn to the left. And again, I can do those going down, or I can go up, or I can alternate them as I step around. Then we can add paddles, and I can do them straight, or I can do them with a hip roll.
Yeah, sorry.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
Middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait for the phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do it again. 2, 3. Middle. Spotlight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Exit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Back in. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Okay.
When you enter a spotlight competition, you need to be able to dance, not walk, to dance into your space. So obviously none of us have big spaces here at home. So I might enter with a step and a cross. I reach whatever spot I want to be. Then I do whatever I want to do to do my fancy stuff. And then I need to exit.
Okay. Let's give it one last go. Let's do 1 8 to enter, 2 8s of fancy stuff, and 1 8 to exit.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll go on a diagonal this time.
Okay. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exit. 1. And back in the circle, go 1.
Welcome everybody to our solo blues. Today we have, as always, a warm-up to start with before we get into the class itself, but the warm-up's very important because it gets us moving and isolating all different body parts. So check the space around you, make sure you've got lots of room, you're not going to bash into anything. You know how you're feeling today, you know to work to your own pace. If you're feeling good, if you've got an injury you need to take care of, so just look out for your own body and do what you know is good for you. Right, having said that, I think music maestro.
This is Crudups After Hours.
Let's take a bounce. Now we're going to start with the shoulders. Isolate the shoulders.
After everything is closed.
Forward and back with the shoulders. Add some rhythm. One, two, slow. 1, 2, slow. And roll. Chest. Isolate the chest.
All
Side.
night long. I stay in my room alone.
Forward. Side. Back. Side. Forward. Side. Circle.
After hours, look like you would hurry home. Yeah, man.
Other way. Go. Forward. Side. Back. Side. Forward. Side. Back. Side. 1, 2, 3. Circle. Pulse it round. Smooth. Speed up. Slow it down. Hips. Soften the knees.
I've got no one to love me.
Pop.
I'm
Pop.
in a big house
Doubles.
by myself.
Figure
I've
eights.
got no one to love me. I'm in a big house by myself. After hours, please you try to find somebody
Figure
else.
8 with the hips. Alright.
Sometime I'm lonesome, then again I'm feeling bad. Sometime I'm lonesome, then sometime I'm feeling bad.
Pop the knees.
After hours,
Head.
it's the worst blues I ever had.
Arms.
That was great. I think some of you are isolating the chest like professionals. I can tell you've done it before, but it's not a very easy one. Can we have a little bit of a reminder how to isolate the chest, especially side to side, without moving the shoulders?
So I always think there's a piece of string attached to the middle of the chest, and I pull it forward, and then I release. I pull the string forward and release. Pull it forward, release.
Good.
Pull it forward, release. And then when I want to go backwards, I cough. And when you cough, your chest collapses. So now without the cough, push the chest back. And then of course you can go forward with the string and cough to go back. Forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. And then hit the rib cage, one side, the other side. So not the shoulders, but just trying to move the ribs. Then of course we can add the hip, the chest, the shoulders. We can try and move the shoulders and the chest, and then the hips. I find they work at the same time. So we go hip, chest, shoulders.
You're making it tricky now.
Yeah, now making it tricky.
Level 2.
We can go. Let's go the other way. Hip, chest, shoulders.
Yeah.
Hip, chest, shoulders.
Oh, we found a challenge for everybody.
And then side to side, the hip, the chest, and the shoulders. And then you can imagine you've got a rope, and you pull yourself along. Back to the chest. Circle the chest. Really try and hit those 4 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. Side, forward, side, back. And as you circle around, make sure you go through those 4 corners. And as much as possible, not doing the shoulders, not moving the hips more than you have to, but trying to isolate. Let's go back the other way.
And I think, don't worry if it's a bit slower for now. Don't worry about doing it quickly, and don't worry about making it big. It's important that it's right. If you're looking for that isolation, just look for the right movement, and it's okay. Take your time. It will build up in time, and it will become more natural.
And you can also make a wave. So you're rolling it up and back. A wave. Up and back. And of course you can go the other way. You can
That's
roll
less
up.
elegant.
Yeah, it was like throwing up really, isn't it? But that's another matter. And you can, I tell you what's really good to do is try and move the hip and the chest at the same time. Pump, 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 pump. And then you want to walk. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Oh, yeah,
1,
go, Lynette.
2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's some arms. Yeah. 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 So I'm trying to move the hip is going forward and back, the chest is going forward and back, the arms are pumping all at the same time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Should we just try the hip, 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 and then at the chest, the chest, the chest, the chest, the chest, at the arms. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So everything goes, chest goes forward, hip, and arms go back, and then reverse. How's that?
Yeah, looking
Ooh.
good.
Okay, do you want to do one song?
Focusing. Sure.
Move those feet. Don't forget your arms, keep them alive. Heel, heel, toe, toe. Push for a bigger circle. Down and up. Down and up. Focus on that. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Add a shimmy. Add some shoulders and chest. Boogie drops and rocks.
One more time.
shake out.
Yes, our theme today is to be using the whole dance floor, moving around, being able to go in different directions and use the space, move around in different ways. So we'll start with walking. So I'm going to walk 1, 2, 3, and then I'm probably going to get out of the screen, so I'm going to walk back 2, 3, and I'm going to try actually going from a bit further apart. I'll do it from the side in a second. Forward, 2, 3, and back 2.
If you need to take small steps, just take small steps. At the moment, we're wanting to think more like a foxtrot.
Yeah, so I'm going to do it from the side so you can see. In my position, I'm actually wearing heels today, so my position is already there. I'm on the ball of the feet as always, and I'm going to think from the chest. I'm going to project from the chest, I think, going forward, and my chest travels first, and my foot is going to come to support underneath. Rather than thinking foot first, it's the body moving forward and the foot finding the balance, and chest. And 2. When I go back, however, because we'll need to go back to use the space, I'm going to start with the foot this time. I'm pushing the foot back as far as I can and pushing off my front foot. Push off, push off, push off. So even when I'm walking backwards, there's that forward feeling. It's the same position. Front, 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 and then out of the way with the foot, foot, foot. And it's quite straight and quite relaxed at the same time. So I'm not on straight knees and sort of bulk up. I'm feeling straight with the hair or a string attached to my head, but I've got soft knees and I'm not trying to be overly athletic. So let's walk together. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and reverse. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 again, and push forward. 2, 3, 5, 6, and push back. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
Now I have a question. As a leader, when I'm doing this, I'm always thinking walking on the ball of the foot. When I go forward or backwards, the ball of the foot hits the floor first, as opposed to a casual walk down the street where my heel hits the floor first.
I think it happens as well because I'm moving from the body, so I can't really move from the body and put the heel out. But yeah, definitely, like we said, we roll forward on the ball of the foot, and it's this part, it's almost sliding across the floor. Find your footing.
And so you always want the body first.
Always
body
the one
leads.
going forward, yeah. And then going backwards, I still have that intention. I'm pushing off the floor. Push, push, push.
Okay,
So-
the timing for the step. Joe's asking a question. What's
Every
timing?
2 beats.
So we got choices, but we're going to do slow steps, which is 2 beats of music.
5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Wait. Back 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 4, 2, 3. Back 2, 3. Forward 2, 3. Back 2, 3.
One thing that should happen is you want to move forward quite smoothly, so your hips have to be on a conveyor belt. You don't want any jerky, sharp movements. It's got to be...
You don't want this. Your feet are just catching your weight, but you're thinking continuous movement, forward, forward, forward. So if there was a wall here, you couldn't tell more or less where I actually stepped. You would just see me going forward. And same with the backwards.
Okay, with
More
music.
or less, more or less. Bit loud, bit loud. 6, 7, and 1.
so should we try it crossing?
Okay, crossing, cross feet. So instead of going forward on parallel tracks more or less, I'm going to choose and style it to go across, across, across. And it's quite deliberate. I do it on purpose, not because I have to change my mind. So I'm going to go in front and almost just feel the other foot. I'm just passing the other foot and choosing to go across. And again, choosing to go across too. The feeling of pushing off the floor and leading from the body is exactly the same. It's just the shape that the feet are doing is different. You can choose to do a small cross, sort of walking on almost on a rope, or you can choose to make it a little bit bigger. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And I notice you're keeping your hips forwards on this one.
You mean not like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another. So that would be actually, my hips turning, but actually my feet being straight. I can do that too. That's fun as well. Just for this one, I'm keeping the hips straight, and it's the foot that's choosing to go across.
Okay, should we try that with music?
Let's try it. Oh, we haven't done backwards.
Oh, yeah.
If I'm standing on my left foot right now, I'm trying to feel with my right foot where my left foot is and get around it and past and cross and cross. So I'm sort of drawing a semicircle around my standing foot.
And be careful when you go backwards. Make sure you've got
Yes.
space behind you.
Yes. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. Cross. And back. And try small cross. And big crosses.
Now I notice, Anna, that your shoulders are taking lots of. Now you could do what's called a contra body movement, and you can move the shoulders, and that's a cool style. It's more tango-esque.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that, but you were keeping them quite still, like the hips.
Yeah, I was trying. Sorry, I'm on a very squeaky
Squeaky
slot
patch, I noticed.
Just for now, because we're trying and we're working also on isolations earlier, I'm trying to make it all about the feet, to just choose to make the cross with the feet, not really with the hips and not really with the torso, like Simon said. It's actually really nice and really cool to emphasize it with the top of the body. But maybe it wasn't really in the music. It's not a bold, daring music. It was more sort of inside. So I'm just doing it with the feet. So let's have
A
our
step
step
and a tap.
touches. Okay, so we stylize it more and more. I'll walk forward and back. This time I'm going to walk, tap out, walk, tap out. And I might add a bit of a cross here because it makes it easier to progress. Tap, step, tap,
Now
step.
again, you're not
tap,
really turning the
step,
hips. Could you demonstrate it once, turning the hips? And it's not wrong, but it's not
Yeah.
what we're doing.
Absolutely fine. If I could do this,
And
if
we
I
may well-
exaggerate.
We may well do that later,
Exactly.
but not right now.
Just for now, let's get the basic, and let's just have a small cross step with a tap to the side.
Maybe do it once from the side so we can see your hips turning or not turning, as the case may
Okay.
be.
To the side. There's a very small turn because it helps me after the cross. It helps me cross in front, but I'm not doing this. And to walk backwards, same thing. We cross behind, tap out, behind, out, behind, out, behind, out. Let's just go for
Okay,
it.
should we do 4 walks straight, 4
Mm-hmm.
walks crossing, 4 walks tapping, forward and
And
back?
each forward and back. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, here we go from the tippity top.
5, 6, 7, 8. Straight. 2, 3, 4. And back. 2, 3. And cross. Cross. And back. Step touches. Step touch. Going back.
Now, can we try the exact same exercise but with quicks?
Okay.
So now it's all going to be, instead of stepping on 1, 2, you're just going to step 1, Then the next step on 2.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So
Okay,
depending on music, it can be challenging.
here we go.
And keep that feeling of pushing from the floor, whether you're going forward or back, and really leading from the body. Really engage the core. 5, 6, 7.
Quick, 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 quick. 1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Back. 1, 2, 3. From the top. And quick. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Step. Touch. And back. Let me do it the same as you.
5, 6. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back. Push. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
That was quick.
It can be challenging to do the quick steps because you have to really have the weight forward, but it's nice to be aware of the difference between slows and quicks. And how about some level changes?
Level changes. Okay, so when I walk, I can be leveled, or I can go down and up. I can choose to use all that height that we've got. And again, think of pushing off the floor. So always use the floor. When you go into the floor, it supports you. And when you want to go up, push off the floor. So let's try it with our straight walks. Let's do straight walks, but down and going back. 2, 3. Now with the crosses. Down, down. And already you've got a different feel to it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, pop, down, pop, down, pop, down, pop. Let's go back. But we've got another choice with this one. We're going to go and down, up, down, and down, and down. Going back. Into the floor, sink. 1, almost like a low down.
Okay, can we just emphasise the opposite, called the ups and downs?
The ups and downs for the step tap. So let's do our first step tap going down, up. So when I step, I go down, and when I tap, I come back up. So I just relax and go down, step up, or touch up. Down, up, going back. Same thing. Down when we step, up when we touch. Down, up, down, up, down, up. One version. The other version is to have the up in the middle and the down on the side. So I'm going to step and then drop on the out. Step up and drop. Step up, down. Step up, down. Going back, step up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down.
Okay, when
You
you're
can
going
add
down,
the whole thing down, of course, but that's options.
you're not putting weight on the tap step.
No, the step
It's really
stays
more
the
of a
tap.
point.
Yeah, it becomes a bit of a slide because I'm going down. Once I've pointed, I get more length, but that's only from me going down. There's still no weight on it.
So should we just do one where we can improvise any combination of slows, quicks, and we can mix
Ups,
our
downs.
the walking, the crossing, and the tap steps.
Okay, we've got 3 walks, we've got 2 speeds, and we've got 2 heights. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7.
You make up your own one. Choose. Forward and back. Don't forget the arms. Straight lines or crosses. Some slows and some quicks. Sometimes speed up, sometimes slow down. Change the height, maybe all downs, all ups, or a mixture. Maybe it could be a down, 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 up. You suddenly had a couple of quicks in out of nowhere, and it just gives it a bit more flavour. So yeah, you probably wouldn't do 100 quicks because then it becomes probably a different dance. Yeah.
I think when we practiced earlier with all the quicks, it didn't feel bluesy like you say. It's not what you would do to a dance, but it was just an exercise. And exactly as Simon said, you go dee, 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 dee. And you've got that little, you sort of mark the music with a quick, quick, slow. And then the slow becomes even more stretched out because you've added those little quick, quick in the middle.
Cool.
It's a good trick actually. That's an old Rubinstein, was it, the pianist who played until he was like in his 80s, 90s. He couldn't play as fast as he used to, and so he used to slow things down before a fast passage, so it would seem faster. And we can do the same with blues. The other way around, we can do something fast so that the next step really feels like it's dragging out by contrast. So you can emphasize one speed with the other.
Should we, before we carry on, should we just try a different song?
Let's do that.
Let's do a different song just to get a contrast.
Same exercise.
Don't want my baby, I don't need a friend. My heart is broken, it won't ever mend. I ain't much caring just where I will end. I must have that man. I'm like an oven that's crying for heat. He treats me awful each time that we meet. It's just unlawful how that boy can cheat. But I must have that man. His heart is ladies, a lady's not safe in his arms when she's kissed. But I'm afraid that he's cooled off, and maybe I'm ruled off his list. I'll never be missed.
Nice. And I know we're doing solo blues, but you use this a lot with a partner, where you go slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, side. Yeah, so I can lead all that with a partner. I might go slow, slow, quick, quick, slide. And then I can step across. Whilst it's solo, and we're doing solo stuff and practicing our walking, it's all
Leadable and followable.
Yes, that's the word. Okay.
Now that you're up, Simon.
Okay, so we're going to do rocks. So we're now going to be doing a little hesitation in our walk. We're going to go forward, forward, rock, rock, rock. Forward. Well, I haven't got room to do another forward, so I better go back, 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 or forward, 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 forward. So So let's do that slowly. Let me start same foot as you. I'm going to stand on my left foot. I'm going to walk forward on the right. I'm going to start my 3 rocks by walking forward on my left and then rocking back, forward, back. So I'm going to go.
I think you were going forward the first time, no? So
Yes.
the first step is your first rock.
Forward, forward,
Now.
1,
Forward,
2,
back,
3.
forward. Do we do it one more time, turn the same way as everyone? Standing on the left.
I'm going to stand on the left. I'm going to go forward on the right. Now I'm going to start my rocks going forward on the left.
A second step, no? Just to keep it constant.
Okay, so 1,
2
2,
steps
and then
and
rock.
then 3
rock.
rocks.
Okay. Start that again. So, let's do our rocks going forward. I'm going to actually, you know what it is because I'm used to going forward on the left foot.
I know.
So, I'm going to go forward on the right foot. So, let's do our 3 rocks. I'm going to take 2 steps forward, right, left. As I step forward on my right foot, I'm going to start 3 rocks. 1, 2, 3. So step forward on the right. 1, 2, rock, rock, rock. Keeping the weight in the toes. 1, 2, toe, toe, toe. So I'm just pushing forward and back, rocking between the 2. Do that again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Are we good?
Yeah, nice.
Okay. Let's go backwards. So we go forward, forward, rock, rock, rock. I'm now going to go back on my left, back, back. I go back on my left, rock, rock, rock. Forward on the right, forward, forward, rock, rock, rock. Back, back, rock, rock, rock. Forward, forward. 1, 2, 3. Back, back. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. And it's nice if you can make them look really deliberate, but also quite soft rather than jittery. Really roll through the feet to push yourself forward and back on those rocks. Nice.
Forward, forward. Push, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3.
Good. Do you want to mix that up with the rest for one?
Sure. We've got our straight walks. 1, 2, and then at any point I can put some rocks in. And then I might decide to go do some quicks. 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, touch. 1, touch. 1, touch. 1, 2, 3. Touch. 1, 2, 3. Touch. 1, 2, 3.
So I noticed that those rocks are good to go as a transition between the forward and the back.
They're actually great if you're dancing foxtrot blues around the room and you have a lot of people in front of you, so you'd want to just hang out here because you can do lots of them and then it's time to move on. So that's when you'd use it with a partner. But I think for solo it's great to change direction. So I can go 1, 2, boom, 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 change direction, boom, boom, boom. Step, tap, rock, step, touch, step, rock, tap, rock.
Shall we have a bit more of Billie Holiday?
Yeah.
Full Billie Holiday, I think.
Just improvising.
Person much worse than just there. I'm here for life and it's driving me mad. It's only human and needs to be had. I must have that
Okay. Shall we move on? Everyone seems quite comfortable with this.
Yep.
So let's move on and add more changes of direction, because I think those rocks can take us not only forward and back.
So I can go forward, forward, a rock,
But change to any direction.
forward, forward, rock, forward, rock. I tend to, you can go both ways with the rocks. I can go to my left or to the right. However, it's quite nice going in the direction whichever foot's forward, but not necessary. But that's the way that maybe I'll go now.
Yeah. And again, you don't need a partner to do this, but if you have a partner, having the weight on the foot that nearest your partner will be easier to guide your partner in that direction, or feel your partner going in that direction.
The other thing is, when I want to turn, I let the shoulders lead. So if I do my rock, 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 if I want to turn to my left, I think turn my shoulders and my feet will follow. So I'm continually turning the shoulders if I want to keep going in a circle. And if I wanted to go back the other way, then I'd have to think of moving my shoulder in that direction.
You think of chasing your tail?
Yep. Where is it there?
Okay. Any other way to change directions? Maybe we can mix two ways.
Paddles.
Oh, I like this.
Paddles. Now, we can do it straighter with a straighter hip and more just of a drag, like in a canoe, or we can add a rotation. And let's do that way today. Let's add the rotation. So we think of our boogie step and roll, and I'm going to think step, the hip is in, it's going to roll around and pull me around. Step and roll, step and roll, step and roll, step and roll.
Can you maybe do it, facing the same direction, just to get that everyone gets that movement?
My weight's on the right foot. I put the left toe slightly in front of me. No weight. My hip pushes really away, like in those isolations. I'm trying to go in the opposite direction first. And then I'm going to roll my hip around in a circle. But as I start to come forward, I'm going to pull on my left toe, and it's going to pull me forward and make my other foot pivot around. So I put one foot out, the hip goes opposite direction, and then as I come around, pull myself around. Step and pull.
Yeah, nice,
Step
Helen.
and pull.
I can't see everybody's
Step
hips, but
and pull. Step and pull. Let's try it the other way. Stand on the left foot. Push the hips over to the left as you push the right toe slightly in front of you. And then roll the hip around. So I'm going in an anti-clockwise motion in this case. Pulling and rolling. Pulling and rolling. Pulling and rolling. Pulling and rolling.
so Simon is going back to front with the hip to pull himself around. Yeah, not wrong the other way, but different. Yeah, see if you can pull yourself up. So what are the differences between the rocks and the paddles?
Okay, so in
Apart
the
from the name.
rocks, apart from the name. So in the rocks, I'm thinking straight lines. I'm thinking forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. And although I'm rotating my body to the left as I turn to the left, I'm essentially thinking forward, back, and I'm just going to stay here. It's a very small forward and back, and then I start to rotate it.
And
Now
your
when
hips,
I do the
your hips stay straight.
yeah, my hips stay in one position basically, and I'm just turning very slightly. Whereas
And
when
you're
I do the
changing, sorry,
Sorry.
Are you changing weight every time?
yes, but it's between the ball of the foot and the ball of the foot, but I'm not going all the way over and all the way back. So I'm keeping just enough weight to just put the weight there. So I'm keeping fairly centered.
We have nice music from outside today. We've got birds singing.
When I do the paddles, now I move my hip in the opposite direction and I'm thinking circle. I'm thinking 2 circles. 1 is the circle I'm making going around, and 2 is the circle I'm making with the hip. So I've got 2 circles happening. 1 is just this circle where my toe is drawing a circle along the floor, and the other one is the roll of the hip as I make the second circle. So 1, 2, let's go the other way. 1, 2. It's funny actually, I'm better on this side. I think we have a better side and the worse side.
Yeah.
Should we,
Yeah.
let's just quickly review what we can practice. So, we've got walking in a straight line. Forward or backwards. We can go across, 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 and back, and back, and back. We can add a cross and tap, cross and tap, cross and tap, cross and tap. And we can change the speeds. Quick, 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 slow, slow. We can add height, boom, or up, down, up, down. We can add, what else do we have? Rocks. So we can add rocks, and I can turn to my right, or I can turn to the left, but I think it's actually slightly smoother and easier to turn in the direction of whichever foot is front. So if my right foot's forward, I'll turn to the right, or if my left foot's forward, I'll turn to the left. And again, I can do those going down, or I can go up, or I can alternate them as I step around. Then we can add paddles, and I can do them straight, or I can do them with a hip roll.
Okay, and using all this, it should mean that you can go up and down your stage, your dance floor, across the diagonal, around the dance floor. You can choose your directions, go back, and explore all your space.
Good. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to start at the edge of my dance floor. I'm going to get halfway, and I'm going to do something fancy, and then I'm going to walk to the other end, turn around, walk back into the middle, do something fancy, and then walk back to the end and turn around. And maybe let's have 1 or 2 8s to get into the middle. Let's do 4 8s of something in the middle, and then 1 8, turn around, 1 8 to come back, 4 8s something fancy, 1 8 to come up, and 1 8 to come back. Should we do that?
What do you call something fancy? How fancy? What can we use? Can we use the isolations that we worked on?
Yep, we can isolate shoulders and hips, and basically it's your choice to hear the music and do something with music. Should we try the next track?
Yeah, okay. Is everyone clear on that? 1 8 to go in, 4 8 to do your thing, and 1 8 to go out, if we can talk.
Can you do the count?
Sure. And this is 2 o'clock blues.
And
Sorry.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
Middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait for the phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do it again. 2, 3. Middle. Spotlight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Exit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Back in. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I wonder if, just for fun, we should try with another song.
Sure.
Okay, so maybe take a break in between the sequences, no?
Okay.
Just to make sure we keep on the same rhythm. can see the, it might just be the space is not very big, but I'm not sure I can see the entrance in the middle. I feel we're all being a bit thrown by the music because it's a 4/8. Can we do 1/8 to enter, 2/8 in the middle, and 1/8 to exit?
Sure.
So that we're all always on the phrase. I feel everyone is.
I don't know if any of you go to events where they have competitions, but you might, for example, see a spotlight competition. And in a spotlight...
You mean they may enter the spotlight competition?
When you enter a spotlight competition, you need to be able to dance, not walk, to dance into your space. So obviously none of us have big spaces here at home. So I might enter with a step and a cross. I reach whatever spot I want to be. Then I do whatever I want to do to do my fancy stuff. And then I need to exit.
Okay. Let's give it one last go. Let's do 1/8 to enter, 2/8 of fancy stuff, and 1/8 to exit.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll go on a diagonal this time.
Okay. Got the idea, and I could see you being a bit playful. That was really nice, especially that spotlight in the middle. At first it was a bit not sure what I'm doing. I'm not doing isolations, I'm not doing walking, and then with the music came more ideas. Great. Well, thank you very much, everyone. Hope you enjoyed today.